Well, so far they've gone around this. Kind of looks like it comes up, but hasn't stuck to anything. Well, as you can see, field work has started. They put anhydrous on yesterday. Like I said, I moved stuff around and oh man. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to show you. Too bad it doesn't have an old clunker truck. We do like we used to. This here is the start of the dig out for the house. I want out here someday. Someday, yeah. It's going to have a walk-in basement. I've already scoped, shot it in from where the water is out to where it's going to be lower than the house, so the basement should never get water in it. But right now it's working as a little pond, and it's dropped about 6 inches. I can see. Oh, heck, we'll open the window so you guys can see. Yep, there's a robin sitting there. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Got a couple of birds up there, but yeah, I used to drive down through that and up and out. Now let these trees grow just to be a natural barrier to keep. But yeah, I need to get in here and start digging again. I think my cousin got his excavator fixed, so I got to work out how to deal with him and get the excavator here and finish digging this out. And maybe we might do the house in 2 stages. Do basically an earth home first and then add the main floor. But yeah, you can see how this over here, well, you can't see that because of the reflection of my junk. There you go. That is I'm going to cut back and come through here, and there'll be a retaining wall here, and then this will be the walk-in basement, and that's just extra dirt I've piled up there, and I've kind of flattened it off. So yeah, someday get that done about the day before I die. Yep, so then we've cleaned up. I got some old tires here. Gotta get them out back with the others. And then got an old car laying here. Need to get that loaded up. But we, ouch. Tree reached in and got me. We cleaned up. Moved the old fuel barrel. There's Squirrel's piece of junk. And Squirrel will not let me get rid of that car. I'm like, kid, it's junk. It's... yeah, anyway. We used to have steel posts around here. We pulled out all those. And then they're from the old farm. The old barn was right about here. And a piece of pipe come up out of the ground. So yesterday I took and dug with the H and we got it ripped out and pulled off. And then this here on the old light pole had so much volunteer stuff. We cleaned up and there was a whole bunch of rocks because everybody kept throwing, after we tore down the building site here, all the stuff that kept coming to the surface kept getting thrown up against this. So I got that cleaned up, leveled off, put the rocks down there with that pile, and up here. And if the guy listened to me, see, he put a hole here because it's sunk here, but right here in this area is our old silage pit floor. I think it was either 10 or 12 inches thick that Dad poured that. And right down there is the old entrance. The dirt has settled down and covered the concrete, but I'm about ready to dig up this concrete because I think it was like 25 or 30 foot across by 60. get dug down to that. And here, I'll show you. Just a second. Kids, my daughter's like, you messed up my corner. I said, no, I put that in there. That's just a bunch of weeds and dirt, and it'll burn, but gotta have something to keep them from cutting this corner. They like doing that. Anyway, and we got some more trash picked up down here. Right here is the cement silage floor. What I'm thinking is having a dual level shop. Dig down to the floor, then have a raised work bay up there in the south entrance here. So I might make a driveway come down, and then I know I got a lot of dreams, don't I? But yeah, volunteer bush. And then we finally pulled the steel post that was down here. So yeah, that old stump's sure being stubborn to get rid of, but got some more burning we'd like to do, but oof, this wind. Like, well, anyway. So yeah, instead of pulling in and seeing a big pile of junk there now, right there, it's all cleaned up. That old Monty and my dad's, you know, my dad should have been thinking, as I got the family pictures, if my dad would have taken that one step further, he could have been the big Kinsey. 1965-66, he built that auger wagon. And you can see the writing on it. That was made out of a great big metal sign. My dad hand bent all that. My dad fabricated everything on there. And just had a buddy of mine said, well, you ain't never going to use it again. You should get rid of it. Actually, the floor is still solid in it. I'd like to rebuild the back end of it with modern day stuff, because, you know, the kids kind of hit me up. We'll just sit here and talk a little bit. They introduced the grandkids to livestock the other night. And yeah, I know we don't have any shelters or anything, but if you're only going to have 3 or 4 or so of them, you don't need that big a shelter. And they're like, well, it'd be really cool. I said, I know it would be really nice to have some animals again. So yeah, they really want some chickens, and I'm like, we'd almost have to build that chicken coop out of concrete to keep the critters out of it. As I've seen where the raccoons, the badgers, whatever, they'll dig a hole overnight and go under and come up through the floor of the chicken coop and eat. My cousin lost 200 chickens in 2 nights, and coons got them. Those were some of the fattest coons. He had over 300 chickens, and in 2 nights he was down to under 100 chickens. And yeah, this area used to be real thick with raccoons. Well, my neighbor down here, he's got all the barns and everything, and he's got raccoons big time. But you know, having the grandkids out here, last year they cried. This year they want to wander the farm. They want to do things. And I've gotten rid of a couple of critters out here that could have attacked them, and they were out in the daylight when they shouldn't have been anyway. So yeah, I'm just kind of this area over here. The step granddaughter, she's in soccer, and I guess they said Mason was watching her play soccer the other day, and he started kicking the ball just like her. He's 2. And you know, that's when we really should be teaching our kids, is when they're little like that. They'll listen, they'll pay attention. and they retain it. They learn it. So yeah, and then I got thinking this old light here too. I'm gonna maybe have somebody run I can't get up there. Get an electrical wire run up and have an outlet down here to where I can plug my generator in and run that light when we want some light out here at night. As the light up there still works, it's one of those that you want to have on your electric bill because I can't even remember what they call it, but yeah, I wouldn't mind having a little extra light out here. So yeah, it's been interesting. So yes, and another reason I'm making this video. No, I haven't finished part 4 of the 377 because the kids come out and want to start cleaning. I kind of got, I don't know, I'm kind of self-medicating myself right now. I had some antibiotics that I didn't finish from before, and let's see what today's Wednesday. Monday, my diabetic numbers were out of control. I thought, oh, here we go again. And I kind of remember, well, every time that happens, I got an infection of some kind. I didn't feel sick, didn't have any signs of being sick or an infection. Started taking the antibiotics I had left from last time because I ended up with some extras. Numbers dropped, so, and I'm feeling better today. I ain't burning up. So yesterday I got sunburnt on the arms. That tractor ran. I didn't think I was on that tractor that long. The old H ran for about 3 hours yesterday, just continuously. As I'd come and like here, I pushed up some stuff and they got it, and they'd load up the bucket and I'd go dump it, and we pulled the, like I said, pulled all the steel post, and yeah, it just crazy. Then right over here, let's see what you guys are seeing. Where's my hand? This, you know, this is hard. Right up there was another fence post, and that's where we used to have the gate to go out into the what used to be the cattle yard. Last time I replaced the post there, I pulled out the post, and I'm like, Dad, there's running water in there. Did we hit a water line? Well, there shouldn't be. And that filled up within 3 inches of coming out of the hole. When we pulled that yesterday, I said, hey, look in there, see if there's water in there. So the last time I pulled the post out of there, there was water. And my daughter goes, yeah, it's filling up. And then I got looking at the bottom of the post was just dripping water. So now I know why the hole back there is holding water, because from here to there, I bet you if I took my transit and shot from that where the water level is there out to that hole in the where I went the house, I bet you the water level is exactly the same. That's what the problem was with the old house. The basement would flood. And that's why the silage floor went in, because the one spring, Dad had a river literally under the silage. And then he says all the years he's lived here, that was the first time. And then it got so muddy. I mean, we literally sank a 706 and an H. Well, right over here used to be the drive right there going out back and that. And Dad sunk the H. That tractor that's right around the corner. Sunk that to the deck. You didn't even have to crawl off the tractor. All you had to do is step off. It was down to the deck. That's soft out here. And then down there by the silage pit before we put the concrete in, Dad sunk the 706. I didn't do it, so I didn't get yelled at. But yeah, Dad sunk those 2 tractors right in this area. And yeah, the water here on the north side of the property, it goes to the north and over. On the south side of the property, it goes south. There's 2 waterways that start on this. So as I got older and understood, that's why I worry more about what gets on the ground out here, because a lot of water begins here. So Then when the old house was here, you get up on the roof and you could see down through there. I don't know if any of the pictures exist anymore or not, but down by Arcadia, Iowa, there's a rock along Highway 30. It says this is where the east and west waters divide. And if you look up there and you can see, when you're up on the house, you can see that line where the waters divide. So if a sinkhole ever opened up on this farm, we're all in trouble, because yeah, that wouldn't be good. But yeah, can you tell I'm just kind of but the kids, when they said they wanted to be able to mow everywhere out here this year, I'm like, okay, hell yeah, we'll do it. We'll get her done. Like I said, that old Monte Carlo, which is a buddy of mine's, I don't know what he's ever going to do with the car now. He had a lot of big dreams, so. But I need to find another home for that. I'm going to move my dad's old wagon. Then there, laying on the ground, I've got a hoist that I want to convert or use as a template. So I'd like to put a tilt bit on the dually. Or I got a dump trailer plan that I want to build. But yeah, I don't know if I'm starting to have a midlife crisis again or what, but I'm starting to think, oh, you know, I'm getting old enough. Why am I even worried about that stuff? So, yeah. I should almost take that 8-foot bed off that old brown truck there and put it on the white dually and take the flatbed off that and get a set of fender flares and just turn the dually back into. Oh, I guess the project truck that I was going to get may have gotten away from me, so oh well. And then I gave Ian his first tractor ride yesterday. He was just tickled pink. Mason and Lily had tractor rides last year and they liked it. And this year, Lily's got ear infection, so she didn't really care about the tractor running yesterday. But that's fine. And yeah, that's fine. And Mason didn't want nothing to do with tractor, but after he seen little brother get a ride, he's like, So he come over and Mom handed him up and I cuddled him in, and Ian had a blast because my bibs had gotten loose enough. I stuck my little grandson inside my bibs, so he's sitting in there and he just smiling. Oh yeah, he's a happy kid. I really hope he stays that way. Yep, he was telling Grandpa stories again yesterday, so. Then I had the TV on, and I noticed he really perks up when the racing stuff comes on. The kid's never been around it, so hey, that's okay. Oh, guys, I suppose I better get in the shop and get going. I'm down the fit and the rings in the 377, and we can start installing pistons and rods. And actually, I'm going to get the camshaft in now, so I can reach down in there and get that in, and all sorts of things. Oh, I even got one of the mowers running yesterday. And got the other one moved to where I can work on it and see why the transmission acted up in that. But yeah, it'll be nice to be able to keep everything mowed up and kept up. And If it wasn't for the kids coming out, I'd be pretty bored and lonely, because back to not having anybody to talk to again, and just back to a lot of nothing again. I know Mama Bear gets mad because I ain't home early. The weather's nice. This is my time. Every year, we know this is what I do. I come out here, work, and enjoy the weather. So, the old shop here. Thinking about stripping all the siding off it, see how much rot's there, and if it's too bad, I'll just take the tractor and smash it down, and we'll have a barbecue some night. But if it ain't too bad, I want to resheet it with OSB, get some new windows and doors in it, and roof on it, and maybe fix it up good enough to be like a summer getaway. I mean, come out here, spend the night, just sit here, do nothing. Yeah. I guess nobody wants to hear about this, so I'll get in there and get going on that 377. You all take care and have a good one, and enjoy this nice weather that's finally here. So, see y'all later.